want to platinum my name. So hello, I'm Katie, and for each letter of my name, I will get a platinum trophy. To spice things up, I'll be only using PS Plus games. Let's go. First up is K. My options were pretty limited in this section, but I ended up going with Killer Frequency, a game I had never heard of before. In Killer Frequency, you are a radio host in a small town who ends up basically becoming a 911 operator. So while hosting the radio show, you receive calls from people in grave danger, and it's your job to select the right option, or let's just say it doesn't end well. I don't really want to say too much on the story, as you have to experience it for yourself, but I will say that I loved it. To get the platinum, there are collectibles, a lot of missable trophies, and a few playthroughs required, but the game's short, so it's fine. And it was cool seeing the different ways the story goes if you select different choices. So K was a success, and I'm so glad I got to experience this game. A. Thankfully for A, we had more options, but I knew off the bat where A would take me, and that was to the huge franchise Assassin's Creed. I went with Syndicate as playing in London sounded pretty cool. So yeah, we went from a radio host in a small town to twin assassins in London. I love the dynamic between Jacob and Eva. Watching them argue was hilarious. As someone who has a sister, I get your pain. The platinum was the typical Assassin's Creed trophy list, collectibles, reaching 100% synchronization, and doing side stuff. The most annoying trophy was without a grudge. You have to destroy 5,000 things with your carriage. So you just ride round in circles, crashing into everything, making yourself very dizzy. So it was pretty tedious to say the least. Overall, though, not too shabby. T. I was ready and waiting as it was finally time to platinum The Last of Us Part 1. I love The Last of Us. I played it for the first time when I was younger. Now I'm basically a grandma. So revisiting the game again was magical. Like I've never felt so content in a video game. The special bond between Ellie and Joel. Oh, beautiful. Kicking zombie butt, obviously. And just going on the journey was so special. The platinum was simple, a lot easier than previous versions, thankfully, as there is no difficulty or online trophies. Literally, you have to just collect everything from comics to Firefly pendants that are so hard to see. Complete the DLC and do some specific things in the game, like petting Buckley. For me, the platinum was an added shiny bonus. Just re experiencing the game again was my favourite part. And speaking about it makes me want to replay it again. Recently I platinumed Infamous First Light, so far I decided to take on another game in the franchise, Infamous Second Son, and this was good. You do have to play the game twice as you have to do a good and a bad playthrough, but I did like how the story and missions changed depending on your karma level, so it felt slightly different replaying it, which was cool. You also have to play it on expert difficulty. Platinum wise, it was simple. There was collectibles, districts to clear, and combat related trophies. And then Infamous Second Son's Platinum Trophy was mine. E. We made it to E, and E was where I was lost. Nothing was speaking to me on PS Plus. I didn't want to platinum everybody's goal, but worry not, guys. I found Erica. Thank my lucky stars. However, I would need to play the game 6 times. I played through the game once and I loved it. The story was mysterious and interesting, and it was so cool that you just use the touchpad. Trophies pop at the end of the game, which was weird. At first, I thought my trophies were glitched, but nah, that's just how she's made. To get the platinum, you need to see all major endings and collect things and just experience everything the game has to offer, hence why multiple playthroughs are required. The game's short, so playing through it multiple times isn't too bad. I'm an idiot though, so I ended up having to play it an extra time, all for one trophy. So that was painful. But it wouldn't be me if I didn't mess up somewhere. But I'll take Erica over everybody's golf any day, thank you. Those were the games: Killer Frequency, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, The Last of Us Part 1, Infamous Second Son, and Erica. What a journey! Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, then please consider subscribing. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.